Scott, Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcement, is claimed. Mafia series. Scott, are we rebooting the entire franchise?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't pick that up. That's a good observation there. Could this be a complete reshuffle? How long has it been since Mafia 3? That's my big question.
Man, that was last gen, right? So
yeah, I skipped over that one.
Did you? All right. Well, now I'm on it. So now I gotta.
Well, the Mafia.
Oh my goodness. So Mafia 1 was back in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a while, right?
That's a while back.
2016 for Mafia 3. Man, I didn't feel like it was that long ago, but apparently it is. Let's get into Tom Henderson's article over at Insider Gaming. Twitter user Karakuskas has claimed that Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcement in the near future. Karakuskas has previously found early information on games by discovering trademarks, which could be suggest that the game has recently had a trademark filing and could be gearing up for an announcement. Previous findings from the user include finding game names like, ready for this, Metroid Awakening, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra. Person is on fire, Scott.
Yeah, I don't recognize Metro Awakening unless that is the VR title.
I believe it's the VR game. Yes, it is.
Okay,
yes.
That would make a lot of sense then. That's the one Metro game I have not played.
Yeah. So last year, a job listing for the next Mafia game said that the game was to be an unannounced multi-platform game currently in pre-production using Unreal Engine 5. The job listing did state that the game is in pre-production, which implies, dude, I need another copy, that the game could be a couple of years out from release. Nonetheless, if the game is gearing up for an announcement, trademark information on the game's name is likely to become available. In the job listings, it was stated that the next iteration of the Mafia franchise would feature engagement stealth, oh yeah, let's do it, and combat gameplay loops, which would make for a more enhanced experience over Mafia 3's relatively basic creep around and stab people stealth platform.
Oh, but that's a pretty good stealth description if you're playing as Drew.
That is very true.
Creep around and stab everybody on the map.
Dude, that's what I did in Erebon when we did the live stream. Nobody stood a chance. I got them all. I'll wipe them all out.
No witnesses.
That's the Panther in me, right? That's the Panther game style that I like to play. You can thank Splinter Cell for that one. Just hide in the shadows and I pop out and yeah, you didn't even see it coming. But Kotaku reported in May of 2022 that the game would be a prequel set in Celeste, the birthplace of Mafia, and it'll be set years before the first Mafia game, which saw players assume control of Tommy and Gelato in 1930s, Scott, which has me excited. Dude, I love that time frame. So is this set before all that? How early are we going? Are we just going to go back to the 20s or early 1900s? Like there is options here, right? Dude, the Mafia is everywhere, so that we can definitely get into some pretty cool aspects here.
Well, if this is a prequel set in Sicily, this could be all the way back as far as the First World War, but I think that's far too back. The whole continent of Europe was a mess at that time. I don't think there'd be much interest or much fun in playing a mafioso character at that time, but Mafia 2. Did you play that one?
Sure did.
In particular, you might recall the World War II sections are kind of plays as like a flashback, and so there is some of that gameplay. It's been done, so we could really be going back into the 30s and playing more some war, some early Italian war front kind of stuff. But that would be locked into too much of a military game, so I don't think we'll stay there.
No,
but it comes to when do you really set that? Was it the 30s was the Depression, right? So the 20s might be the big booming era to go back to if you're going to reset a Mafia game. But that isn't a full reset though. Like this isn't a reboot. If that were the case, this is just a prequel.
Right, but is this the reboot that begins at all? Not the reboot in the sense of like a new trilogy. Like I'm thinking it's more of a brand new trilogy that we're getting into here. I think they have a roadmap that's already planned out over here, going that let's do 3 games, right? And we're gonna reboot it just like they did with God of War Ragnarok, but they only did it in 2. They said they only wanted to do it in 2, and that's why the games were a little bit longer than going, okay, we want to do 3 of these. Because you get a lot of these trilogies over the years, and it's kind of man, we gotta wait around for the next one, right? But if you're a Destiny fan, Destiny 1, and then Destiny 2 went on for almost 10 years. So,
yeah.
But when you get into Mafia, I think there's an opportunity. Man, where do they change it, though, Scott, is the other thing, right? Do they try for this games as a service model? I think that might be a little nerve-wracking. But what if you're fighting for different territories with other people? Like, there's opportunity here. Dude, it's like Mafia has something that I thought was special when the first one, the second one, and then when 3 came out, it just didn't seem to hit on all fronts, I think, for a lot of us, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to get back into Mafia and see what they're really going to do to push the franchise. And can they bring it to the forefront where I think it really truly belongs, where they've been undershadowed or just kind of hiding in the shadows for so long now. And I'm wondering, like, what else could they do? They bring in this competitive side of dude. Let me pitch you my Mafia game. Are you ready?
Kind of gang wars scenario here.
Exactly. That's exactly it, dude. I'm gonna pull you into my Mafia setup. Right? We're gonna have different ranks, different tiers, and then we'll have the one Godfather kind of situation, and everybody else follows under the ranks. And then as our team goes over to try to take over, like, maybe another city or another block or another warehouse,
sounds
or you know what I mean?
Similar to that's kind of how Saints Row works, but on a single player basis. Just in that you're doing turf wars, you're taking over territory, you're fighting that out. And I never played the Godfather games though; those exist as well. So I wonder how that could all fit together.
Oh, man, Godfather,
you might be onto
so
something here.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mafia come back. I'm excited. We'll see when we actually get anything though, right? It is in very early production, I'm sure, but we're still probably another 4 or 5 years away at this point. But when we do get it, we'll be probably on the precipice of getting into next-gen consoles. Where does that line up, right?
Away.
Yeah, I think it is that far away. We're 4 years out from what we've heard, getting a PS5 6 and the next Xbox. If rumors kind of line things up, Xbox could be doing something a little bit different just because they want to beat PlayStation at the end of the day. But if we're looking for that 2028 timeframe, I think we're probably in and around there for Mafia's next, whatever they're going to call it as well. And the opportunities there for online compared to where Mafia was back in the day, and the online components just wasn't really there. So now I think times have changed to bring in and let's build a crew. Dude, Red Dead brought in posses, right? You can posse up. So maybe we can kind of get something like that in the Mafia franchise where we can group up under one house and we go over and try to build a name more or less for our house. And man, there's opportunities here. I'm very curious what they have on the table though. But
just think about how beautiful this game could be on these current gen and then next gen consoles. Yeah. And if we go back to 1920s Sicily, this could be a beautiful game.
Absolutely. Could be beautiful. Would be beautiful as you followed us over on our socials over at itgtv.com. There, you'll keep up to date with everything we're doing.